Okay, we are recording. It is Monday night, February 13th, and this is our training Zoom call. Thank you guys for carving out the time. And I understand life happens, so if you have to hang up, if you have to peel off because things happen like kids, I totally understand. It's recorded. It'll be posted not only on my YouTube channel, but I will post it in the in our message thread as soon as it uploads. So. I really wanted to take the time to get with everyone because everyone is new. You guys, I'm new. I'm trying to work my way through the processes and kind of what's working and what's not working and understanding where the company's going, and we're super excited for this launch. But everybody's new. Everybody has signed on within the last 3 weeks. So I think everybody is probably experiencing the same, it's a lot of information. It can be overwhelming. I just want to try to simplify it for you guys. So take notes. I encourage you to take notes. I'm just going to I've got 3 pages, so I'm just going to run through it. Everyone should know we deliver to 47 states. We are not currently delivering in Oklahoma, Utah, or North Dakota. Oklahoma, they say that ban will be lifted within 60 days. We'll announce it when it happens, and we'll start building our networks in that state. They're saying North Dakota and Utah, it might never happen. I don't really understand the laws and the shipping and liquor and all that, because Arizona is so liberal in that sense. We are going to Canada and we are going to the UK. So hi Erica, if you have people that you've messaged, or if you're like me, and we'll get to how I'm inviting people to this business opportunity. I'm inviting people in Canada, and if I get someone who shows interest, I tell them, listen, we're about to launch. We have an event. We're still in the soft launch phase in the United States. Just let us get that off the ground, and we're coming for you guys. We're coming for you. So I'm going to put you on my list, and as soon as we go live in Canada, you should be the first. That's how I'm building my Canadian interest list. I don't have anybody in the UK, I don't think, on my friends list. I might, but know that that's in the works, and don't discount those Canadians or the people from Oklahoma, because I feel like we're going to be there soon. So that's a total side note. Everybody, I think, has been following the Wine Warriors posts. If you haven't purchased it already, the GoPro book really is, I think it's a must read. I read it about a year after I started my Beachbody business, and I really had wished that I had a ton of that knowledge and information way in the beginning. I found it super, super helpful, and it's a book that I'm actually going to read again. I just finished Jillian Michaels, I forget the name of it. I'll share it with you guys, but it was pretty amazing. I do recommend that you guys get personal development going. I would, this business is, it's a little bit different for me. I've had a ton of no's. I'm not going to say I haven't had no's, but it's nothing like I experienced at Beachbody. It's actually kind of bizarre, really, how successful it's been. So personal development at Beachbody was to keep your mindset right, to keep your head in the game. Well, here I haven't had time to get my head out of the game. It's been so busy. But I do recommend GoPro, and I will share that Jillian Michaels book with you guys. I hope everybody has found their back office, and you've logged on, and you have found the resources tab in your back office. That is where you're going to find all kinds of useful things like forms to move people from one leg to the other if you accidentally place them when they sign up, which we'll get to. And then things like the business card order form. You guys should all order your business cards. I still have not heard back from marketing, and I'm sure it's because they're getting ready for this Vegas launch, but I'm trying to figure out how to change the format of the business card. Leave it to me to want to change the format. And I hope everybody has the welcome email, both from me and from Direct Sellers. Obviously, Direct Sellers would be the email with your login information so you can get into your back office. I encourage you to go in there and change your URL versus it being a number. I was sending out, for the first 2 weeks, I was sending out directsellers.com/my rep number /join or whatever. And Alicia sent me a message. She goes, Sheila, go in and change that number and put your name in. That way it's just more professional. You don't want people to look at you as a number. You're running a professional business is the way I look at it. And I could have made that She Had Me at Wine. You can make it whatever you want. I encourage you to use your name. I think it's a more professional, but whatever you guys want to do is totally up to you. I want to talk about your relationship with Facebook. And I know that not everybody is accustomed to posting on Facebook 3 and 4 and 5 times a day. And I get that. And it's something that you have to build up to. I stepped way out of my comfort zone in the beginning when I first started with Beachbody. And, it's a different gig there because I was in a sports bra and very small shorts, and it was very uncomfortable. This is wine. You don't have to do that. You have to, post a picture. We're going to take a picture in a bit. Post this team Zoom to promote your business and, promote us as your fellow CEO, winepreneurs. Your relationship with Facebook and Instagram really will forever be different if you take this business serious and you run it as a business and not as a hobby. I found myself lots of times with Beachbody scrolling Facebook. You guys, scrolling Facebook is not going to make you $1, and it's not going to grow your network, and it's not going to grow your business. I started almost 35 months ago now with 96 friends on Facebook. I now have just shy of 3,000. And to be honest with you, it doesn't really do me any good to scroll Facebook because I don't know half of them. Those aren't the 96 people in my inner family and friends circle. These are people that I've added through groups and through networking. And I've gotten to know many of them. But as a general note, there's just no way to connect to 3,000 people all the time. So it changes your relationship with Facebook. I encourage you guys to stay away from hot buttons. This is all about attraction marketing. You're going to get out of it what you put in it, and that means what you're putting out there publicly as well. I encourage you to stay away from politics and religion and the things that get people fired up, because that's not really why you're posting on Facebook. Find something that you're passionate about. If you scroll my feed, it's going to kind of be a reality show into my life. You know what I do for a living. I have a 6-year-old son. You know about my fat cat. You know about my dog, my husband, my love for old cars. I mean, you get to know me as a person when you scroll my Facebook page. So there's a few things. If your Facebook profile is not public, I encourage you to make it public. Turn off all of your location. If you're concerned about, I have a child, I get it. I put myself out there. I put Cooper out there. I try not to put him where he goes to school. I try to be smart about it, but you want to be safe, and I get that. But if your profile is locked up tight, you're going to have a hard time growing this business. And that's from somebody who tried to keep it locked up and grow her business, and I was very unsuccessful at it. So I ended up going public with it, limiting what I share as far as my location and my kids. I don't post pictures of him in his school shirt because I advertise where he goes to school. I took my location off, so you shouldn't be able to see where I live, whatever. So just be safe with that. Your Facebook and Instagram, that is your platform. That is your business platform. Yes, you're going to talk to people. I talk to people, and anyone who knows me, I'll talk to you in the grocery store line. I'll talk to you at the bank line. I talk to anybody. And I encourage you, don't start your conversation with, hey, I see you have wine in your car. Do you love wine? I have this wine business, and start vomiting your wine business all over them. Talk to them about their wine and their cute kid and their hair. And then at the end of the conversation, say, you know what, I think you'd be great at this. I'm going to share my card with you. If you're interested in getting into the wine business, I'd love to have you as a partner on my team. And you leave it at that. And if they show any interest, you say, hey, why don't I add you on Facebook right here? The fear I have in handing my card to someone is they walk away and never contact me, and I have no way to get in touch with them. So I will likely have my phone because it's attached to my hand. And I will add them on Facebook before I give them my card if the conversation goes to that level. So keep that in mind. If you're out there handing out cards, I think that's great. But the chances of them doing anything with that, unless you really pique their interest, is probably pretty slim. The event. I am going to open an event, and I hope you guys find it helpful to drop people into that event that you're already having conversations with. And you guys, I dropped 300 people into that group today that I'm not having conversations with. I went through my friends list and I invited all of my A's. All of my A's. There's 300 of them. I got a message back. I did this on my way to Scottsdale in the car. I was not driving. By the time I got to Scottsdale, I already had a message back saying, I want in, how do I do this? I had no idea there was a direct sales wine business. People don't know about this opportunity, and if you're not sharing it, you're doing yourself an injustice, and you're doing your friends an injustice, because none of you guys would be on this call with me tonight if I never shared with you this opportunity. So I know there's a certain amount of fear behind how am I going to launch this? How exactly am I going to approach it? I just encourage you to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to do stupid things. You're going to say, look at my videos, you guys. I blew my nose live on Facebook. I blew my nose live on Facebook. Who does that? I did. Things happen. This is real life. And I invite people, I invite people into my home. That's the beauty of this business, is you get me from the car before baseball. You get me, and I'm not always going to look like this, y'all. And please don't feel like you have to get fluffy for this call. I'm going to be most of the time with hair pulled back in my, in my jammies, because I don't care how I look, and I don't care how you look. We're talking about business. Now, when I go live, I try to get fluffy. It more so now than ever at Beachbody, because it was perfectly okay to be sweaty all the time. Okay, so the event, feel free to invite your friends. Go. I encourage you guys to all go invite 25 people who are on your friends list who you have not talked to. Just send them an invite for the event. I'm doing the rest in there for you. So this is your opportunity to generate some interest in this event. We're going to keep doing this every Monday through Friday until you guys tell me you've had enough events and they're not valuable anymore. But as we add more people to the team, and as y'all grow your teams, I think that's a valuable tool for people to have at their disposal, because the videos are right there, and I'm going to try to build excitement throughout the week with that. And then there's a ton of follow-up. Everybody that says interested or going is an immediate message from me saying, hey, you showed interest in my wine event. Let's talk about it. Another few ideas I want to give you guys to get launched, and I know some of you have already done this. Your initial Facebook post that has a picture of a red wine. Let me back up. Don't scream direct sellers. If you scream direct sellers on a picture or in a post, people are going to go do their research on their own. You want to be able to talk with them and share the business with them without them going to Google and finding out that it's $500 to join. As soon as they see that, they're not interested. Well, when you talk to them about the opportunity and what it's done for people on your team, and I was saying before some of you guys joined, I really encourage you guys to use the phrases my team, our team, because we're all on the same team, you guys. I have somebody on my team who made $16,000 from direct sellers last week. It's Austin Suloff, and he's our up line. But $16,000 in 1 week, this business is less than a year old. If he can do it, I can do it. And if I can do it, you can do it, and so can everybody that you're talking to. So you just need to get them. If you're having a problem with closing, get them on the phone with me. Get them on the phone with Alicia or Shanna or Priscilla or somebody in the upline. I prefer it to be me. I'm pretty available, but there will be times that you're going to have to go to them and ask, for three-way closing calls. And as you guys grow your teams, you can do them together. I encourage, success partners. Team up with somebody within this team to start building the momentum together. Use the scripts. Watch the videos. That is going to give you all the ammunition once you start generating all of the interest to start getting back to people. Hi, husband. To start getting back to people, and you'll feel confident. You'll feel knowledgeable. I gained a lot of my confidence the first week by going in and recording those PowerPoint presentations because it was just me and my computer. And y'all, I've recorded those lots of times. But I learned about the business, and I gained more confidence, and I gained more excitement every time I recorded it. So if you're hesitating in going live, you're hesitating in doing your own videos, use mine. Use mine. Another idea for a post, and I shared this with Sharon today on the phone, was Jennifer Horning on our team posted something like, who are my direct sales friends? Post your company below. That's all it was, with some hearts and kisses and emojis. Nothing to do with the wine business. The last time I looked, I think she had 125 responses. Now, little do they know, they're all going to get a message from Jennifer saying, hey, I know you're rocking your It Works business, or I know you're rocking your Beachbody business, but have you heard about this direct sale wine business? So if you want to generate interest in, if you want to build your list, that would be a good way, because we all have direct sales people on our pages. That's how I found you, and that's how you guys probably found me. So that those things between the red and white wine post, which do you like, red or white? That's going to get a ton of comments. All of those comments, all of those likes, every single one of them gets a private message from you saying, hey, Brandy, thanks so much for liking my wine post. You know, do you love wine? Are you interested in hearing more about this crazy wine business I'm in? Then you go from there. And follow-up is taking, you know, I've had crazy situations, and some of y'all are on the phone. Erica would be one of them. You know, I got the call, and I didn't even know she was watching, and 15 minutes later, she's an elite distributor on my team. Those are the easy ones, y'all. They don't all happen like that. They don't all happen like if they happen with me. I mean, Alicia, I was in before I even knew what it was, because that's kind of how I am. But other people, I've been talking to some of the same people now for 4 weeks, going on 5 weeks now. And I don't hound people. I tell you, I'm not going to hound you about it, but if you show interest in it, then I want to stay engaged with you, because I know life happens. And just because you're not responding doesn't mean you're not interested. And you guys, I started doing all of my follow-up via voice messaging on the Facebook Messenger app. The initial, you know, a lot of the initial conversation is via text or via messaging, you know, typing. But I felt like there was one day I had like 59 people to follow up with, and I started leaving messages. And I think it's so much more personable, and they could hear the excitement in my voice. And I got a great response from that. So try it. If you're having a problem, if you followed up a couple times and you hear crickets, which trust me, it happens. I've got 30 people right now that I left messages for, haven't even responded. I'm not done. I'll leave them one more message, and then I'll take them off the list for now. But follow-up is taking 4, 5, 6 weeks, and you're following up 4, 5, and 6 times. So don't get frustrated if people ignore you, because they're not really ignoring you. Life just gets super busy, and we all know that starting a new wine business is not the top of everyone's list until they hear all about it. Your goal should be, if you want to build this business slowly and you're going to do it as a hobby, I encourage you to invite 5 to 10 people a day to the business opportunity. And whether that is via the event, via private messenger, via however you're going to invite them. You're going to talk to people in person, that counts as one. If you want to take this thing to the moon, I would take that number up to 10 to 20 a day. And a lot of people are going, well, how 10 to 20? I'm going to run out of people. I only have 200 friends, or I only have 300 friends. One of your main focuses right now as you launch this business is growing your network. You have to expand your audience, because you will run through those numbers pretty quickly. And a lot of times in a business like this, you'll get a ton of momentum the first few weeks because people do say yes. You will get yeses and you will sign distributors, but then you're going to run out of people to talk to. So at the same time you're making these initial conversations with your family and friends, make sure you're out there connecting with new people via Facebook groups. And a lot of people don't understand all the groups that are out there. And I tell people, make a list of your top 10 interests. Mine are primarily mommy groups, baseball mom groups, cooking groups, neighborhood groups. There's a Glendale group, which I met several people on this call through that Glendale group. You know, there's groups like that. You have to be very, very careful. You're not going to go vomit your business all over the group. You are going, now some of them, like the Glendale group is fine because you're not in there to make friends. The ones that you're in there to make friends are the mommy groups or the whatever, you know, whatever your interests are, dogs or cats or kids or roller derby, whatever you're into, go find it. I'm into NASCAR, I'm into golf. I'm in groups for things that I'm not really into. But I've made a lot of friends that way, and I've expanded my network and my list. I mean, I have 3,000 friends. It's going to take me a long time to get through those 3,000, but I'm still adding people to my network every day. I go into mommy groups and they have these posts that say, who wants to make friends? And I'll go add 20 or 25 people out of that group, and you never know. You never know what that relationship is going to turn into. People don't know about this opportunity, and a lot of people are struggling financially. So, you know, I see it every day, and you guys see it every day. You know, there's not a lot of people that are totally set financially. I don't know very many people that have everything buttoned up as far as kids' college and weddings and, you know, living the life of their dreams. I think that there's something larger out there, and if we can share this opportunity with people, you guys, this thing is going to go. We're going to blow the roof off of this thing. I'm telling you, starting the weekend of the launch, things are going to change at Direct Sellers. You're going to see a lot more. I mean, we're signing hundreds of distributors a day. So get the word out there, because people love this business opportunity. That's why you guys all signed up. I drew you in with my information. Now it's your job to turn it around and go draw people into your circle and get them excited about it. You've got to get that confidence. You know, it's interesting that my first distributor is not on the phone. He's not feeling well. I don't think he has any idea he was my first distributor. I never let on that he was my first. I started building the momentum by saying, I'm on track to do this much or do this, or I'm on track to get my investment back within, you know, weeks of being with the company. I had no idea. I hoped I was on track. I was talking to a lot of people. I was putting the word out there. I was getting a positive response. I felt confident about it. And it came true. Everything I said came true. And the same can go for you guys, because you will tell people my story. And I encourage you guys, don't click the share button and share my story. Turn it into your post about me. If you want to use my picture, that's fine. Save it and then do it as a new post. You don't want to be sharing my information. That's going to draw them to me. You want to draw them to you. You want to be their leader and their reason for coming into this business. You can use me. You can use my information. You guys are welcome to use anything I post ever. You never have to ask. I just ask that you make it your own and you put your own spin on it. Tell my story. Tell Alicia's story. Go into Wine Warriors. There's a post about a success. I think you can search success stories. There's a whole post about how much people have made. Use those. They're all on your team. When you say they're on my team, they're all on my team. You guys are on my team, and so are they. So use that verbiage to build your confidence to go out there and tell people about this. I know you guys don't have your success stories yet, but you will. And if you build that momentum by using me and using other people, that's what I did. And it worked. So, okay. I don't know that everybody knows this. If you go to Facebook and you post, you type in a post and you hit post, about 7% of your friends see that post. 7%. I was shocked. I assumed that everything I posted on Facebook when I had 96 friends showed up in all 96 of their news feeds. And that is not how it works. You are connected to people the more that you communicate with them, whether it's in Facebook Messenger or you go to their page. And I encourage you guys, start with your A's in your friends list and go to their page. Scroll their page, like and comment on some stuff. The more you like and comment on their stuff, the more they're going to see your stuff if you're connected. And by you commenting on their stuff, that connects you in the Facebook world. If you use a picture, a still picture, it goes up to about 25%, I'm told. Hi, Sean. It goes up to about 25%. If you use a video that you've recorded from your phone, you upload it as a video, they say it goes up a little more, and then live is the most. So when I go live on Facebook, that's where I reach the most people, whether we're connected or not. I know it's scary, you guys. I shake and I get sweaty pits every single time I go live. If my husband says, you're a natural, you look like you should be on TV, you should be a newscaster. And I'm like, right now, I'm nervous on this call talking to y'all. My hands are sweaty, but you know what? I show up and I do it, and eventually it'll get easier. And and I don't always have, like yesterday I wanted to go live. I didn't really have anything. I got fluffy and I just didn't have anything. And so I didn't do it. So I moved it. You know, you're running your business. If you're not feeling it, you don't force it. But I encourage you guys all, whether it's the opening of your box of wine or whatever it is, hit that live button and get people engaged to what you're doing. Let's talk about lighting. You guys, when you're going live, make sure you look at your lights first, because if I was sitting here with that light on in the background, that's super annoying. And people are going to stare at that light and they're not going to look at me. So make sure that you get your lighting right. I encourage you to go get an HD light that you can put in front of your computer. That's what I have on. If you turn that off, it's very dark. I'm not going to go live like this because it's kind of boring. Go live, create some excitement, use your hands, talk, get people excited about it. But keep that in mind. I watched, it was somebody on our team, and she had a light bulb right here. And literally, though, she had great content, but I couldn't stop staring at the light bulb. So just make sure you get your lighting right. And plug in your phone. If you're going to go live, don't try to go live from your phone because it will drain it really fast. My first 2 live videos, my phone died. So that was a very quick lesson for me to make sure that you're set up in a place where you can be plugged in, you know, to the socket. If you get a break in your signal when you go live, and you will, just talk through it. I tend to like dance or do something stupid like stick my tongue out or, you know, wait for it to come back. But it will come back, and just keep talking through it. Don't hang up, especially if you have people that are on there. You guys were not allowed to use direct sellers in our names, whether it's the title of an event or a group or a page or a business name. You cannot use direct sellers. You can use just about anything else you want, but you cannot use direct sellers in the name. You cannot use it in your advertising. There is one logo that we're allowed to use, and it is the black logo. I've never used it because, again, I try to keep direct sellers close to my chest because I want to be the one to tell you about it. I don't want you to go to Google and get all the information because then I don't have a chance to tell you everything it's done for me. So don't go out there screaming direct sellers. You want people to come to you to get the information. Whether you guys have 45 minutes a day, 4 hours in a day, whatever your schedule is, and I know most people on this call, I would say everyone on this call has a real job, and you're going to build this business on the side. Even with that said, if you can carve out 45 minutes on Monday night for this, and Tuesday night you're going to spend an hour working on this, Sunday you're going to put 4 hours, and if that's what you can commit to it, then that's what you can commit to it. Those are your business hours for that week. You should work very methodically during that time on what you're going to be doing. Right now, that time should all be spent inviting, and adding people to your network. If you have time to spend on your business, start inviting people, start following up, I know a lot of people are using, what did she say it was? Evernote, because you can download Evernote on your phone and your computer, and it syncs in both places. It's a place to track. I have to tell you, I'm terrible at tracking. I track by scrolling through my Facebook messages. That's easy when you're talking to 20 people. When you're talking to 200 people, it gets a little crazy because I'm scrolling back to conversations from January 9th. I need someone to go through and put all of those people onto a spreadsheet for me, which is my stepdaughter, who I'm hiring to send out messages, and I'm going to get to that. So my point is, be methodical with your time. If you only have a little bit of time and you want to focus on growing your business, don't get on Facebook and start scrolling and talking to people. Get on Facebook and invite people to the event that I've set up. Go live. Do a post that has to do with the wine business. Your page should be 80% personal and 20% business. I know I've probably been closer to 50-50 since I started because the interest is there. But you do risk, Facebook doesn't want us running these businesses from our personal pages. They don't. So you have to be careful. Don't just, you got to slip in pictures of the cat and the kid once in a while. Or if somebody from Facebook scrolls, they're going to be, she's using this. Or if you get a hater that reports you, you could get shut down. So just be careful of what you're putting on your personal page. I encourage you guys all to go open a like page, which is a business page. That's my She Had Me at Wine page if you want to look at it, because that's a whole nother avenue for recruiting and prospecting, because you can boost your page and get people to like it. We'll get there. Get your names figured out. Get your URLs changed. Get your like pages kind of at least in the works. And then I'll start talking to you guys about how to boost those and get more people, you know, into your network from your like pages. But your like pages can be 100% wine. I don't post about my family. I don't post about my dog or my cat or anybody else. On my wine page, it's all about wine. On that same 80-20 note, I do 80% of my work from my phone. I have saved all of the scripts and all of the good follow-up messages on my phone. I shared those with some of the folks that signed on early on. I think I don't know how to share them. There's like 10 of them, so I'll figure out. I might just type those up and send them out to you guys, and then you can save them in your phones. But they're great to have on hand, depending on what conversation you're having with somebody. You can click, I mean, it's literally a cut and paste world. You fill in their name and you send it to them. Everything I sent you guys was cut and pasted from somebody else up the line who gave it to me. I didn't create that stuff. So don't try to recreate the wheel. Use what we have because it is working. 20% of my work I do from my PC. Things like this Zoom call, I tend to sit down at my desk and do. When I go live, I try to sit down at my desk. But as far as messaging and follow-up and getting into these groups and building relationships, it's all done from my phone. The third kind of 80-20 rule is once you start building your team, your job as the leader of your team is to spend 80% of your time building your business because your business comes first, and 20% of your time helping your team build their businesses on calls like this. And as we grow our team, this call gets bigger, and eventually, sky's the limit. There could, hundreds of people could be on this call a year from now. But you want to make sure that you're focusing on give your people the tools and let them come to you. If you guys need help, I expect you to come to me and say, Sheila, I don't know what's happening. I'm having a problem with this, or can you help me with this? Three-way calls. Get me on three-way calls with people. I will create some energy. I will get them excited about it. You have to generate the interest and get the phone call, and then I will help close it from there. And I can close on Zoom. I can close in person if you're local in Phoenix, or we can close on the phone. So utilize me, you guys. I'm available a lot. So I'm doing these calls nonstop. I've done a few for Marion, and I'm helping out with some of the people in the training class. So, and follow the leaders. You guys follow the leaders on our team. You'll see, scroll around in the Wine Warriors team, and you'll see who the emerging leaders are. Alicia is one, Shanna Benson is one, Jennifer Horning is one, certainly Tina and Joe Gonzalez are at the top of the list. But follow them, and I don't encourage you to go out and make a bunch of friends on your Facebook page that are in the wine business. Just go follow them. There's no reason to be friends with them because you're going to find that it gets convoluted. I had so many Beachbody coaches on my friends list. I had a hard time keeping them straight, and I was inviting other Beachbody coaches to join my challenge groups. So it gets very, keep the wine business associates separate. Just follow them or put them in a category. There's a way you can categorize your friends, and I wish I would have done that in the beginning, but I didn't. So there's the 3 groups there. I put you guys all in the YMC group. That is Austin Zuloff's group. He is the top of our team, and one of the people that was called to ask to launch this business. He's got a training site called Rising Star Training, .com. And it's all about, if you have an hour to just spend in there, it is literally invaluable videos and information on how to get this wine business going. If you don't value in staying in that group, feel free to remove yourself. I don't announce people in that group because it's so big. I just feel like people get lost. The Wine Warriors group, if you haven't checked out the files section of the Wine Warriors group, please do. Everything you need to run your business is in that file section of that group. And that's part of the reason I haven't gone out and started my own group, because they are rocking it in that group. We don't need another group that I have to duplicate things. I'm going to drop all of my people in there. I drop all of my people in Alicia's group, which is the Winealicious group, which is a little more intimate. I feel more comfortable asking just kind of general questions in there, and you guys should do the same. If you can't reach me, Winealicious is the place to go for your answers. We're launching the 24th. So this is an opportunity for you guys to get out there and go live to say, listen, we are in the soft launch phase of this wine business that is getting ready to literally explode the direct sales world. There's nobody else doing what we're doing. The next closest thing is a national company who is only delivering to 23 states. I can assume that everybody is fleeing that company and coming to direct sellers because we are international wines and we go to 47 states, soon to be Canada and UK. So we don't have any competition. We have 10,000 distributors right now. They're projecting 100,000 by the end of 2017. I mean, imagine if, maybe it's not a giant number, imagine if 50 of those people were under you. Imagine if 1,000 of those people were under you. I mean, you guys, people got rich at It Works and Beachbody on the upswing. They got in, and there's a graph in the Wine Warriors page, and maybe some of you have seen it, but the way that these companies are formed, And when you get rich is when you get in on the bottom. And if you can say that to somebody tactfully, and sometimes I just say it, I'm like, listen, you understand the vision that, my coach at Beachbody was pulling in $9,000 a week. Well, she's been coaching for 8 years. I didn't get in on that train 8 years ago. Not to say that you couldn't do it, but that market is super saturated. We don't have that, you guys. We have an opportunity. Nobody's heard about this. Very few people have heard about this. So use soft launch, ground floor, once in a lifetime opportunity. I, in my heart, believe all of those things is what is attracting people to this business. People that understand this isn't about making an extra $500 a month. It's not. At least it's not for me. This is about making $5,000 a week. If they can do it, I can do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. And we can teach the world to do it is kind of the way I look at it. I think about the 4 people. I asked my cousin, in the first week, I got with my cousin up in Seattle. And she is surrounded by 30 women who absolutely love wine. She said no. No, Sheila, I've got too much on my plate. I'm super happy working my $80,000 a year job. The commute sucks. It's an hour one way and an hour the next way, but I have a 401k and I work my way up and I'm totally happy with that. I'm like, what? You're happy with that? And I understand everybody has a different level of want and need. I have no desire to sit in the car 2 hours a day. I don't have any desire to know what my paycheck's going to be next week. I want to build my own destiny, and working for someone else, it's going to be really difficult for people to do that. My point is, she said no. My next no came from a guy named Bob, who was a good friend of mine when I was married previously. Super entrepreneurial, understands business. He said no. Multi-level direct sales, it's not my gig. Okay. I went to Jill, who is the wife of somebody that my husband used to work with. I know she loves wine. She said no. I went to my hairdresser, who got married at a winery. She said no. The people that you think that are going to jump on board are the ones that are going to blow your mind, and they're not even going to look at it. It's the people that you never think, like my best friend. Actually, I think she's over there. There she is. She's waving. We've known each other since 7th grade math class. I had no idea she would ever want to get involved in a business like this. We've never talked about it. We never really talked about Beachbody. She ordered some Shakeology and some programs. She never really showed an interest in the coaching. And when she called and said, I can't say what she said, WTF, tell me about this wine business. And I'm like, what? Really? And Marshall, who was my first distributor that I signed. People that you never in a million years will think will come forward. Invite them. Invite the people that you don't know. I don't know if you like wine or not, but this is what I'm doing. Are you interested? Share it with everybody you know, and share it with everybody you don't know. That's my best advice for you. Expand your network. Get into your 10 groups so you can start building new friends. Build the excitement. We talked about that. Share my success. Turn it around in your own post. Use the voice messenger. This is a business of duplication, you guys. Everything that I do is on a cycle. These events will happen every week. I will spend Thursday and Friday of every week following up with the people who participated in the event. And then on Sunday, I'll create the new event. Monday, and I'll invite people. I'll build the excitement all week, Thursday and Friday. And this happens every week for the rest of my life. It never goes away. And there are going to be weeks of great success, and there are going to be weeks of no success. And you don't quit on the weeks of no success. Those are the weeks that you just push harder and try to build more excitement, even though you're dying inside because you haven't signed anybody or whatever the situation is, or you haven't had a lot of time to contribute to your business. Show up the next week and do it again. Do it again, do it again, do it again. This is a business of consistency and duplication. When you stop, your business stops. That's it. Show up. I haven't watched TV. Well, I did get a little bit between when I threw in the towel on Beachbody and when I started this. I watched a lot of TV. But when I was trying to build my Beachbody business, and in the last 5 weeks, I've watched zero TV, literally, other than Days of Our Lives. I'm not too embarrassed to admit. I've watched it literally since I could learn how to watch. I know she's so embarrassed for me right now. I have watched Days of Our Lives through a 20-year, very successful career in the apartment industry, 2 husbands, and a child. I'm not giving it up for the wine business. It's my dirty little vice that I'm sharing with you. So other than that, I've stopped watching TV because I need that time to commit to my business. I would rather work because I'm so freaking excited about it than watch any zombie show. I mean, I don't even know what it's like to watch TV really anymore. So there's sacrifices. My point is, where are you spending your time? If you're spending your time on Facebook scrolling around, turn that time into generating business. If you are sitting around watching TV, if you're out on a walk, listen to a training call while you're out on a walk. If you're driving to work, listen to a training call in your car. Utilize your time when you have it. I know not everybody has the luxury of working their business 4 or 5 hours a day. I get that. But I will help you build your business in the time that you have if you stay committed to it. 3 apps that you guys should know about. Face 365, I think is the name of it. I told Sharon earlier that my teeth really aren't this white because I use a filter. There it is. It's called, I can't find it. I'll send it to you. I think it's called Face 365. And you can undo your wrinkles, and you can whiten your teeth, and you can brighten your eyes, and you can even put eyelashes on. I don't recommend doing that, but you can. Use it, you guys. It's great, especially if you're trying to, update your cover photo or things like that. Use that to kind of filter out your pictures. It's awesome. Also, PhotoFi, I'll send it to you. It's photo and with an FY on the end. That is the app I use to insert the little wine glasses in my pictures. So everybody that got announced publicly or in the groups, that little wine glass came from PhotoFi. So I think the app is free, and I'm cheap and I pick the free wine glass. They have really cool ones, but you have to pay for them. And then Rona is the other one that I use, and Rona is my text app that I use to add text to my photos, and it's RHONNA. And I have been able to run this business for 5 weeks with those 3 apps. That's all I'm using. I was using a gazillion apps with my other business, and I have simplified it, and it's working. So I encourage you guys to use those. And then before I open it up for questions, I just want to share with you guys, I went live today in the event, and I said, I have 191 people waiting for messages. And that was a gigantic lie. I have 633 people. And let me explain to you, my Disney post, and I think a lot of you saw my Disney post about me paying for a Disneyland trip. I have 125 between the likes and the comments. Now, granted, not every one of those people, so maybe it's not 633, maybe it's 500 because there's duplications. Maybe it's 400, I don't know, that's a huge number. So 125 from that. I've got 35 pending from my last 2 days of Facebook posts because I send a message to anyone who likes or comments on anything I do business related. And a lot of times they don't answer, and who cares? You reach out to them, maybe they will answer. From the event, I have 30 people that have checkmarked interested or going that I need to message. I have, from my like page, 143 new people that have liked my page in the last 3 weeks. All of those people need a message from me. I have from Instagram, from my last 6 posts, I estimated it at 300. It might be a little less than that. 300 people to get back to on Instagram. So if you don't know who to talk to, just get out there and start talking, because people are going to like your stuff and comment your stuff on your stuff, and that builds your list. And who knows? Who knows? Invite 20 of them and see what happens. Do some engaging posts. Use my Disney post. Use the picture. Say, oh my God, you guys are never, don't say God, but oh my gosh, can you believe what she's done? This is the person who's leading me in this wine business. I'm so excited to be a part of the team. Blah blah blah. The training's amazing. Build it up. People want to be a part of that. People have a fear. I'd like to do this, but I don't have any. Sounds like fun, and I could probably totally do it, but I don't know anything about that business. I don't know how to do what she does. I don't know how to. We will teach them. We will teach them. It's not hard. Nothing that I've done is hard. It's just you got to work through it, dig through the mud, figure out what works. It's not everything works. I do posts and I go, that's the one. I'm gonna have 200 likes on it, and literally like 6 people like it. Like, okay, well that was a failure, and I'll go delete it because it just bogs. If nobody likes it, I delete it from my page because who cares why it's there. Now, my disclaimer on all of those numbers, I have spent since I started this business $120 to boost ads on Facebook. I boosted that Disney ad. So that means I went to Facebook and I paid them money to have more people see that ad. I think out of that $40, I got 67 new comments or likes. So 40, and I will never ask anybody. I would actually be disappointed if you spend money in this business before you're making money. I think it's a big mistake because it will get in your head. Don't spend your own money unless you have, you know, an extra $40 to spend to boost an ad, but get with me so I can show you how to do it. Because there's a way to do it that works and there's a way to do it that doesn't really work. But that's my disclaimer. I have spent $120 on ads so far, but I'm now sitting with, you know, 633 people to at least go look at. Do they need messages? Are they duplications? I have a list greater than I can even get to. I'm hiring my 17-year-old stepdaughter to send messages for me. And my bit of advice there is do not cut and paste and cut and paste and cut and paste. You have to change something in your messages. I sent all of you the same message, but it was personalized with your name in it. And maybe some people got 1 exclamation and other people got 2 exclamations. And it's nothing personal. It's to confuse Facebook. Facebook does not like, sorry, I've been talking a long time now. Are you still there? Facebook does not like cut and paste. They will lock you out. If you copy and paste the same message to 20 people, I don't even know if it'll take 20. Facebook will say, I'm sorry, you're overusing this feature. You can no longer send messages. And they will lock you out of sending messages for 2 or 3 days. In the worst case scenario, they will shut down your Facebook page and you will not even be able to log on to Facebook without going through a nightmare of logistics to try to get your page back. Happened to me at Beachbody. It's not fun. So don't cut and paste. Make sure they're personalized. Change something in every message to make sure that that it's a little bit different. If you have 20 people that like a post, don't send the exact same message to all 20 people or Facebook will jail you. That's all I have. I'm done talking. Shoot me your questions. Unmute yourselves. Can you unmute yourselves? Let's see. You guys probably want to mute me.
I think I'm unmuted now too. This is Francis.
Let's see. I think Sharon's unmuted. Okay, everybody's unmuted. All right. What questions can I answer? I know that's a lot of information, you guys, but I feel like when I got started, and even a year into my business, I remember thinking, what is Teresa doing? Teresa was my upline at Beachbody. What is Teresa doing right now? How is she making all that money? How is she so successful? And she never shared with me like a step-by-step, this is what you should do. So I hope this call gives you guys at least a platform to get running. And I'm willing to help however I can. If you guys want me to review posts, however, I am not going to come and track you down. I don't have time. I will occasionally go to your pages and see how you guys are doing. But really, unless you ask me for feedback, I'm going to assume that you're out there jamming. So we'll meet every Monday here and bring your questions to the table. So what can I answer before we go? Wait, I'm not done. You always think I'm done. I'm not done. Francis, since you're on the phone, talk to me about the training, the 2-week training program that you're in with Alicia. Are you finding it valuable?
I am. There's a lot of, there are usually a lot of questions that I've had, especially being so new, with other people asking like, hey, you know, I have people that are like crickets. What do I do? Or I've sent this to someone and I don't know how to answer. So that's been really helpful for me because I've had a lot of those where nobody's answering or they ask me something bizarre and I'm like, what? I have no idea. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's really helpful though. I mean, it's gotten me a lot more conversation versus people just not talking to me at all. So.
Okay. And for those of you who might not know what we're talking about, Francis and Maggie and Marion got in on Alicia and Shanna, they're our upline. They are doing a 2-week private like training group. And my plan, I was going to be in that training group, but then I hit Master Seller the night before it started. So I gave up my seat and that's how they got in. I guess somehow 3 got in for 1. I don't know. Maybe I was going to be 3 times the work, which I can get. I understand that. It's a 2-week, very specific training program, and I am willing to go in and duplicate it for you guys, and we can run it just with our team members. So it'll be totally casual, and you're not afraid to ask questions. And I've been following it a little bit, and I think it's maybe a 2-week version of what I just said on this call, which might be helpful because I know a lot of you are going to hang up and go, what did she just say? What was the first thing I'm supposed to do? So I will duplicate that. My plan would be, when did you start that, Frances?
It's been, I think we're on day 4, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe day 5 if I'm behind a day, but I think it's day 4.
4, 5. I think you're on day 5. So she's going to end that. Oh, because they're trying to end it before the launch.
Yes.
So my plan would probably be, because I'm going to be gone, the 24th and 25th, I'm going to be pretty much MIA all day at the launch. So let's do it after that. Maybe we started on the 27th. I just don't want to hold anybody up. I mean, don't wait for that, you guys, to launch your business. But let's put a 2-week training program starting on Monday the 27th for anybody who wants to get in. And it's kind of a participate or you're out kind of thing, because it's a lot of work to do these. So I want to make sure that if you guys are going to commit to it, that you're going to stay engaged the whole time and do there's assignments that you do and you follow up and things. So we'll schedule that for the 27th. So use that when you're talking to people. Say, you guys, we have an exclusive training group with my upline that's starting. And this is a private group that's going to teach you step by step how to do this. It doesn't matter if you don't have any direct sales. If you can log on to Facebook, you can make $1 million in this wine business. And that's what I'm telling people. Literally, if you can figure out how to set up a Facebook account, you can make $1 million in this business. So use that training class, and I'll get some more feedback too, and I'm sure there'll be some tweaks to it because this is the first time that they've done it, but it might be helpful for you guys to go through that. So what questions? Sharon, do you have questions for me? Other than what did I say first? I think you're muted. Hold on. Now I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, not right now, but I'm sure as we get off the phone and I lay in bed trying to rehash everything, I'll have 1,000 for you tomorrow.
Okay, I got out of cafeteria duty, so I'm open. So whenever you want to, I'm just going to send you my address, so you can just show up whenever you want to. Okay, Miss Frances, any questions I can answer for you?
I do have one. I've been doing the whole requesting to be in groups that I'm interested in, but what do you suggest as far as not coming off as a creep, I guess? And, I don't want to do the whole vomit your wine business. So I'm trying to just like people's posts and kind of comment here and there. Is there anything else that you've done in those groups that you've seen success from?
I would try to, I don't spend a whole lot of time commenting on other posts because it hasn't really worked for me. What I try to do is think about something that I can post, and I try to be funny. A lot of times because a lot of my mommy groups can get very sideways, negative, and so I try to bring more of a humor thing to it. And if you can post something that has a little bit of humor to it, I don't care if they like it or comment on it. I send them a friend request and I say, hey, I just thought I'd send you a friend request. You liked my post in the mommy group, and I love adding people to my network that have the same sense of humor. Sometimes they'll accept, and sometimes they're like, okay, block, you're creepy. I'm not creepy, so, and it's being active, and you have to be the active poster. I don't know that I'd spend a lot of time, unless you really, you see a post that really resonates with you, then go comment on it. But then I would comment, and then I would send that person a friend request and say, hey, I love your post. I have a son, or I'm a baseball mom too. I'd like to be friends with you. I'll send you a friend's request. 9 times out of 10, they will accept it. I've probably made the most of my friends from the local Glendale group here, and then from the mommy groups, but from the posts that say, hey, you guys, who wants to connect? Let's make friends. And I just randomly add 10 or 15 people to the network. But I think it's finding a couple of groups that you jive with, and then coming in and you be the active poster. You generate the interest and get them to comment on your stuff, because then the ball's kind of in your court. You don't feel like as much of a creeper because they commented on your post. Okay,
that helps. I haven't been sending as many friend requests. I was like, I don't want to be that crazy weird person.
Yeah, and on the
note,
I think. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, on the note of friends request, go in every week or so and cancel out your friends request. I do it, and I say week or so. I probably do it once a month, to be honest with you, because that's another thing that can get you in Facebook jail. If you have too many friends requests that are pending, people haven't either deleted them, they haven't looked at them. That can also get you banned from sending friend requests. So make sure under friends. I think you have to do it. I don't think I can do it from my phone. I'm not sure. I think I have to do it on my computer to delete all of those pending friends requests that I've sent out.
Okay, I'll try that. Thank you.
Cool. Erica, why are you showing up here twice?
Because my computer wouldn't let me log in with my voice, and then it wouldn't let me X out.
Oh, okay. I like it.
At least I'm here.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I'm all right. I do have a question for you.
Okay.
I was writing notes while you were talking, and you said that you're going to be doing this app every week, like an event every week that invite people to. Now, is that something that we're going to utilize with you always, yes, or is it something you want to use as just a tool to get us in the right direction? What is...
I think you use it forever. I think as, you know, the events were super beneficial for me at Beachbody, so I didn't hesitate in opening an event. I don't think many other people are doing events in this business. There was a creeper, I shouldn't say that, she's on the Wine Warriors team, who copied my event down to the name and every single post I put in it, and she claimed it all to be hers, which was super creepy. I would never do that. But anyway, a lot of people aren't doing the event. So I say the bigger the event, the more excitement. So until you're ready to kind of go off on your own and do it, just use mine. I'm going to set them up every Sunday. Sometimes it'll be Monday because that's the way I roll. It's late for everything. And then just add your people to it. And as you guys get more comfortable, go live in there and talk about the business. Talk about what it's, as soon as you have a success story, get in there and share. It doesn't need to be my event. Eventually, as you guys grow your businesses, you're going to jump in there because your people are going to want to see you. They don't necessarily want to see me. But for now, use it. And we'll keep doing that until we stop finding the value in it.
I'd rather use your event for right now because this whole going live thing, as you can see, is very new to me.
Yeah, and it is, and it is, and you'll go back and look at some videos and you go, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I said that. But you know what? People like real life, and I tell people, don't try to be me, don't try to be Jen or Alicia or Priscilla or anybody else. Just be you. People. This is attraction marketing. People are going to be drawn in by your excitement and your commitment and your you know, by what you're saying. And for now, you guys should be utilizing the crap out of my posts and my story and my success. You know, I'm your friend. I'm not your upline. I refer to Alicia as my upline if I'm talking to people in the business. But when I say, you know, I was invited to this opportunity from another friend who was a Beachbody coach. I don't refer to her as my upline because this is I am building a family here is the way I look at this. And I don't want people to look at it as if it's cold or, you know, uninviting. But yeah, use mine and let me know. I mean, if there's content that you guys want to post in that event, do it. I mean, if, you know, there's lots of things to share, and I haven't spent a ton of time building the excitement, but I will as the days go on. And maybe they only need to be 3-day events as we continue. I just think it's a good place if you start talking to somebody tonight, you can just drop them in. I'm not asking people because it's an invite to an event. Don't ever drop someone into a group without asking them. It's just really frowned upon in this business. I spent about 30 minutes the other day removing myself from groups that I've been placed in for leggings and sex toys and candles and mascara and all.
I see a pattern.
Right, exactly. Mascara and sex. No, I'm kidding.
Leggings.
Right.
Sex, yes.
So I spent myself time. I just thought, God, you know, don't. It just comes off as very salesy, I think, and that's the last thing. This isn't a sales business. This is a relationship business, and we're not selling anything. It's wine. It's wine.
So I guess that touches on another question I had, is that a lot of the groups that you are on, hence your Glendale group, I am on them as well. So how do we not, like, I don't want to hinder what you post, and I'm sure you don't want to hinder what I post. So how do you want to finagle through that?
Well, here's my theory, and Brandy is in that group as well. And I haven't posted in that group for my wine business. So I kind of feel like I kind of lost my group. I hate to say that, but that group was very, very beneficial to me at Beachbody. And I'm not saying I'm totally giving it up, but just as a courtesy, I always say, if you see somebody else that's active, and I know there is a Swip Swap Noterra Anthem group.
I'm in that one.
Okay, Kim would, it's WTOR and then Sky on her last name. I don't know how to say her last name. She's part of Direct Sellers. I just took myself out of the group because I have no, I mean, she's already posting in there. She's on our same team. The last thing you want to do is cause hard feelings. So if you see somebody who's active, I just back away and see how long they stay active. Because a lot of times if they don't get a response, and there was a girl I competed with in that group for a long time, and she finally I think stopped posting in there, but I had really great success. So I encourage, honestly, I encourage you and Brandy, because you guys are both local and you're on this side of town, to team up and do like a team post in that group.
I actually think that I am part of Brandy's other Swip Swap group that she's a part of as well.
Okay. So maybe it's, you guys got to talk about it and split it. I just
don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and I don't want to step on anyone's toes because, like you said, we're in this together.
Yeah. I would go through, if you know she's in there or if you know somebody's in there, when I go into a group, if I want to know, I'll go to the search bar and I'll type in wine and just see what comes up. And if there's somebody from Direct Sellers, they're going to show up under the keyword wine. And if there's somebody active, I back out. It doesn't mean I take that group off my list, because if I go back in 2 weeks and do the same search and that person hasn't posted anything else, then it's free game, y'all. So I just encourage you, don't vomit your businesses in those groups, because a lot of them will block you. A lot of them don't allow us to post in their groups. A lot of them want it to be yard sale kind of stuff. So just be careful the way that you word your posts. There's so many groups on Facebook. I spent...
Does that help if you're friends with admins?
Yes, absolutely.
I have 2 groups that I am friends with the admin.
Yeah, absolutely. That's huge. And 2, sometimes out of respect, I will send a post to the admin and say, hey, I was thinking about posting this. And I actually have an admin from the Mommy Needs a Break group. There's 100,000 women in this group that I'm in. The admin is interested. She's on my top 20 prospect list right now because of the ad I sent to her. So, you never know how you're going to gain interest. A lot of times they'll say no. I used to post, I had a great group. It was the East Valley. I'm clearly not in the East Valley, you guys. I'm in the west side of town. East Valley, like Parkton Swap or Swap Meet or something. And I posted an ad, and literally within an hour, I had like 150 comments on it. Well, then the admin deleted it because they don't allow us to advertise in their group. I was devastated. I'm like, oh my gosh, all those people were in my hand. This was for everybody. But so read the rules, and don't get yourself banned, because a lot of these groups have the same members, and there's admins out there that have a ton of different groups. So just tread lightly, and you'll get to know the ones like Glendale that will let you advertise. And maybe you and Brandy make a deal. I will totally back away from that group, and I will give it to you guys.
Oh, I don't care. I just don't want to hurt people.
No. And maybe you do every other week, maybe she advertises in it in odd weeks and you're on even weeks, and everybody, that group is gigantic. There's 3,000 people in that group. So I think as long as you guys aren't posting back to back, there's enough business in that group to go around. So.
Well, we could probably boost each other's posts by liking each other's posts in the odd weeks as well.
Oh, totally. And I do. And if I see somebody in one of my groups advertise and it hasn't happened, I think I've got one friend in one group, and I don't know which group she's at, but I just went in and said, oh my gosh, I tried to help her out, saying this has been an amazing opportunity. This wine business has changed my life, and try to help. I mean, we're all in this together, and the more excitement that we can create for it, then the better.
Awesome.
All right, guys, I'm going to unrecord here because I think we're probably through